Before I begin, if you've ever tried and failed and still found the strength to try again, this is for you. I didn't get selected the first time. I cried, I paused, I questioned everything, my decision, my worth, my timing. But now I think maybe I was meant to try twice. Not because I failed, but because I needed more time to bloom. Because I wasn't weak, I was still becoming. People say, be strong, be fast, be louder. But I'm not any of those things. I'm soft. I overthink. I feel deeply. I carry things long after they are gone. And for a long time, I believed softness was something I had to fix. Now I see it clearly. It's not a weakness. It's my quietest kind of power. Trying again isn't weakness. Trying again is faith. The softest kind of rebellion. It's saying, even without applause, I believe. Even without guarantees, I'll try again. And not because I need to prove anything, but because the dream still lives inside me. Quiet, fierce, unfinished. I don't argue anymore. Not with people who don't understand why I'm applying again. Not with voices that whisper, what if it doesn't work this time either? I've learned something sacred. Silence is stronger than debate. Showing up quietly is louder than shouting. And devotion doesn't always need defending. Softness isn't the absence of pain. It's choosing to feel it and still stay gentle. It's the girl who got rejected and still lit a candle. Still whispered, I want this. Still studied the next morning. Still folded her hands in prayer, even when the list said no. Maybe the first time wasn't a mistake. Maybe it was Mahadev saying, not yet. You're not done becoming. Maybe the first version of me wasn't meant to walk through that door. Maybe I had to grow into someone who tries again. Not from fear, but from faith, from peace. This version of me doesn't rush. She doesn't chase perfection. She just keeps going. Not for praise, not for likes, but because the dream chose her to. Quietly, gently, faithfully. I don't need to be loud to be serious. I don't need to be selected quickly to be worthy. I don't need to be fluent yet to be a learner. I just need to keep choosing myself. Again, softly, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. So, here I am, not defeated, just quieter, still soft, but now unshakable. Maybe that's who I needed to become before the dream could find me. Not desperate, not broken, but calm, clear, ready. Trying again isn't failure, it's hope in motion. And hope doesn't need to scream. It just has to survive the silence. So, if you're trying again too, I see you. And I promise, there is no shame in soft beginnings, no weakness in quiet faith. And maybe, just maybe, we weren't meant to win the first time. Maybe we were meant to become this version first. And if that's you too, thank you for staying. Thank you for believing softly. And thank you for listening to me. I am Meera, and this is Dreaming in Hangul. We're still becoming and still here.